Welcome to Habit 7. This is our penultimate or our second last habit. Lesson 1 or day 30. I think we're on day 31 today, which is amazing. Well done, everybody, for being on the journey with us. I'm super keen on this one. I love this one. And it's something I would like to conquer in my life. It's called Simplify and Prioritize. Simplify and Prioritize. Keep your focus on the main thing is our theme for this week. You may be surprised to learn that for this penultimate habit, I'm asking you to do less, not more. I designed the first habit to help you prepare and to make changes in your life. Habits 2 to 6 are meant to keep and to help you build key behaviors in your life, including the 3 core habits: engaging the Bible, speaking to God, and worshiping and belonging. The final 2 habits are meant to help you maintain these habits for the rest of your help. So this week and next week is meant to it will prepare our lives to actually live in these habits and make it part of our lifestyle. Going to backtrack on them. Starting today, look for ways to simplify your life in order to keep your focus on the main thing. The weightier matters. We tend to overcomplicate things. Given enough time, we tend to lose focus on the main thing and add a bunch of peripheral things. Jesus addresses this concern, speaking to the religious leaders, and he said this: "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you tithe mint and dill and cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, of justice and mercy and faithfulness," basically how you treat people. "These you ought to have done without neglecting the others. You blind guides, straining out the gnat and swallowing the camel." Matthew 23. It's quite harsh from Jesus to the Pharisees, but that's what happens when we lose focus on the main thing and we add peripherals to these things, to our lives. It's not that tithing mint and dill doesn't matter or didn't matter, and the Mosaic law required all Hebrews to give a tenth of what they produced for God's work. Mint and dill would have been among the smallest crops that they produced. And the religious leaders were doing doing those things really well in looking after the small things. The problem, according to Jesus, is that they neglected the weightier matters like justice and mercy and faithfulness. It's easy to focus on the minutiae and overlook the whole point. It's possible to be a fastidious Christian and who attends church, reads the Bible, prays and cares for their body, but misses out on what matters most to God. What matters most? What is the thing that matters most to God? We're going to delve into ways to simplify our spiritual lives today. Today, I simply want to raise the issue and almost say, hey, we need to simplify our Christian walk before God. At this point, you're practicing 6 habits, but the habits aren't what matters most. They are means to an end. The habits are meant to bring us closer to God. Let's not forget why we're doing these habits. They're not just so we can pat ourselves on the back and say, well done. Author and theologian D.A. Carson, or Don Carson, warns us. The very expression is potentially misleading. Spiritual discipline, as if there is something intrinsic to self-control, to the imposition of self-discipline, that qualifies one to be more spiritual. Almost like when we get these things right, we become more spiritual. Such assumptions of mental association can lead only to arrogance. Worse, they often lead to condescending judgmentalism of others that may not be as spiritual as you are in this lifetime. Spiritual disciplines. And since I am disciplined enough to have an excellent prayer time or a superb Bible reading scheme, but the truly transformative element is not the discipline itself, it's the worthiness of the task undertaken, the value of prayer, the value of reading God's word, the value of spending time with God. This book should have a warning label. Practicing habits is good, but side effects can include pride and completely missing the point. The habits are good, but the habits aren't the point. The point is that they were made for us to know and to worship God. I love how Eric Nell Ortland puts it. He puts it well. When I treat daily Bible reading and prayer as something that I have to do because it is good for me, like brushing my teeth, I often don't want to do it. When I open the Bible looking for ways that Jesus is better than I think he is, and I thank God for it, it is not a chore anymore. Don't just aim to keep habits, aim to know and love God better. For today, today simply refocus again on why are you doing this? What is most important? As you practice your habits, remind yourself that the habits aren't the point. The habits are a means to finding happiness in God rather than an end to themselves. God delights in His children. Draw near to Him today, and He promises to draw near to you. Maybe some questions for you to consider as we end this morning session. Describe a time when you've been focused on the minors, habits, appearances, etc., and lost sight of God. Or what reminds you to focus on justice, mercy, and faithfulness, and not and on the happiness of God? Maybe those are good questions to end. We'll see you tomorrow morning for day 32. Can you believe it? We're getting close to the 40 mark. Well done, everybody. Let's simplify it, and let's remember why we do what we do every morning and every day. God bless.